So this is just to get me back in the loop. I've been away on some international travels and I'm doing this video. It's a little primitive, but just to let you know I'm back. I Love Lucy. Now that's a code name for Lucifer. I Love Lucifer. So I got this DVD and there's one episode called Lucy Goes to Scotland. And I'm going to look at the script and not do a whole lot with the actual video, just avoid any copyright situations. So it starts out that Lucy is fantasizing about going to Scotland. This is the script, by the way, and it was shot, I believe, in February of 1956. So she's all excited about the possibility of going to Scotland, and as she's expressing her desires, Fred and Ethel come in, and Fred has a toy dragon. A dragon we encounter in the Bible, but a dragon's not exactly like what you think, not like those medieval things with fire breathing. It's more serpentine, more serpentine. And it's kind of a reiteration of Leviathan in the Old Testament. Leviathan was the Satan, or the devil of the waters, the oceans. So in the book of Revelation, you find the dragon, and then you'll find the different names for the dragon in Revelation chapter 12, clearly identifying as the old serpent and also the one who we know as Satan. So she has this great idea. She wants to go to Scotland. There it is about the toy dragons. So the theme of this is dragon, and we're going to encounter the idea of her being a McGillicuddy, and she wants to go to Scotland to connect with her family, and she will then go to sleep, and as she is sleeping, she goes into a dream. Kind of like on the Beatles album, somebody spoke and I went into a dream. Now in this dream, she will end up in Kildoonan in northern Scotland. And she's real excited because she's going to connect with relatives. But what she doesn't know is that they've always sacrificed a McGillicuddy to the two-headed dragon. Now I'm showing you the script as we go along. So here's a glimpse of the dreamer. So when she arrives there in her dream, all these people are hoping and praying for another McGillicuddy. Why? Because they sacrifice the McGillicuddy every 30 years to the two-headed dragon. Now, of course, there's comedy in there, and there's some kind of a dance routine, a sword dance routine, rituals with a sword, reminiscent of Nason's. and you have the Scottish Rite Masonic Order coming out of Scotland, which is a little different than the orders in America. But the whole thing is based on the idea of human sacrifice. Now they make light of it, they make comedy of it. So here's a little peek at the town where she's having her dream experience. So she tells them she's a McGillicuddy, and they're like elated, and they're all elated, and she thinks it's great. They're related, not related, elated. And then they do the sword dance, as I mentioned. And then finally, the truth comes out that she's going to be sacrificed to the two-headed dragon. And of course, Ricky Ricardo shows up and is supposedly trying to rescue her, but in the end, he really doesn't. So they're elated, and McGillicuddy is here, and McGillicuddy is here. They're glad, but Lucy McGillicuddy, still is not sure, but she'll find out. She's to be sacrificed to the two-headed dragon. And yes, at the end, the two-headed dragon is Fred and Ethel. Now, William Frawley, who plays Fred, will, in the world of psychology and psychiatry, play manager to sell the United States on psychoanalysis, psychology, psychiatry, to bring about a great revolution of people now flocking to psychologists and psychiatrists, rather than flocking to their own family, or perhaps even someone within a clergy position. I did a video on that. You can go to Who is Who in Hoaxology, look up that, and Frawley, or Fred, becomes a leading proponent of psychology, but he takes on another role, takes on the role of manager. They're all just actors, by the way. So this episode really ends with, they were very serious about human sacrifice in Scotland, and they were very serious about offering Lucy McGillicuddy as sacrifice. Now there's the crazy sword dance. Then they sing a couple songs. Here's one, I'm in Love with the Dragon's Dinner. That's Ricky. And then of course he kind of backs out in saving her. And then the end is she wakes up and Ricky's sleeping. He doesn't know what she dreamed, but then she slaps him with a pillow and calls him a coward. And that's how it ends. So here's the dragon sequence. I smell the blood of a McGillicuddy. It's Fred and Ethel. Why do you always have to eat a McGillicuddy? Ricky says. Of course, he promises to fight the dragon, but in the end, he's a coward. In other words, they never show you that it's going to be stopped forever, this idea of human sacrifice. And they make light of it. It's a terrible thing. Terrible. And yet, it became part of comedy in 1956, where Lucy almost gets sacrificed to a two-headed dragon. And here's the end of it. You coward. Now, I did a video on Alfred Hitchcock and the movie Sabotage. Now, there's a young boy carrying a film, and the bus blows up. It is actually thought that it literally was human sacrifice. In fact, I did a video somewhere on one of my channels on that, showing you the name of the actor and possibly substituting someone else for that young actor in that sequence of the blowing up of the bus on Hitchcock's Sabotage. So does human sacrifice still exist? My answer is yes. They were telling you in 1956 on Lucy Goes to Scotland. I don't love Lucy at all. Lucifer is not to be loved, but to be rebuked, and to be cast out from our lives and our thinking. This gets me back in the loop. I'll be back again someday. Thank you for watching.